Now some of y'all may be wondering why. Why I'm putting an empty stand, one empty stand, into my truck. Well, pretty much a couple weeks ago, my wife asked me when am I going to upgrade my displays for my craft shows, and this is what I've been using so far. I have this display here. It can hold about 25-30 sticks. It's a 2-bay. You can see bay there, and I got, obviously it's overflowed now because it's just housing the inventory, you know, just within my shop. I'll take this little guy with me here. It's a 15 count stand, and I normally put these up in displays. I even have a little card holder here. And eventually all of them are going to have card holders. So I can put these in brick and mortar stores as a, you know, little 15 count display, nothing crazy. This little space here was just another one of those. This is the one I just put in the truck. And I would also take these stands here. These are water jug stands, you know, those big water jugs that you see at like the water cooler or something like that. It can hold 1, 2 jugs and 2 jugs there. And you can easily carry these guys on a pallet, and they push together, strap down together very well. Now when the customer approaches these stands, you know, at the show, they see this side of it, and it don't look that good, guys. So pretty much is I'm going to get rid of these, use these as storage here in the shop, and I'm going to build something that's kind of like this motif here. And you'll see what that design is shortly, but I got to go to Lowe's. I got some supplies I got to pick up in order to build these guys. And then after I head to Lowe's, I'm going to head to my dad's, and he's going to help me build these. So let's get after it. All right, so let's go ahead and go inside and get us some 2x6s. 2x6, 2x6, a bunch of 2x4s here. I just need 5 8-footers. There we go, right there. Perfect. And I'm getting pressure treated because I normally take these guys, you know, outside the shows. And at the shows, it could be raining, could be wet, you know, humidity, whatever like that. So, and these look great. And I could easily put my logo on the side of them. They look clean and nice. Just hopefully they're straight. Most of the time they are. And I stand corrected. All right, guys, so I got 6 total boards here. One of them is a 2x4. So you can see my design here. It's got 2x6s. I don't have the 2x4s here. Normally I run them on the side. So the lumber's loaded up. Let's get on the road. Just getting some gas on this gorgeous day. So this is my little stand. You can see the sun kind of dried it out and cracked it a little bit, which is no big deal for this application. But what I was thinking about doing is pretty much making 2 of these side by side, so sandwiched together, and the 2 edges will be up like this, and then the middle ones, I was thinking, you kind of see how I have it inserted in between that there. I don't want to do that. I kind of want to like carve like a little insert within all these 2x6s on the inside that I can just slide it in and out, and I can just do that, or I can glue it in and it will stay permanent there. And I don't want it that short. I kind of want them up higher. Okay. I don't know why I did it like that way. I guess because the presentation was somebody's like standing up on this end, they can look down, and it will be, I don't know. I don't know why I did it. Cut it reverse that way. It just looked better. I guess because the attach point up here and the attach point was down there, and I wasn't going to have one of there. But this time around, I'm thinking we'll have one up here as well, and it will just be a miniature version of the side piece, except it'll be slid all the way down. So we can get a light. It's just going to be twice the weight, I think. With about 30-40 pounds maybe. Yeah, not even 30 maybe.
No, that's not bad.
And so twice that ain't gonna be too bad at all. Like I said, I'll flip it on its side, put the dolly on it, and then we'll be good to go. Putting it up on top of here to trace it out. What's that?
You said you do want to just put a 2x across the bottom.
Yeah, like the 2x will sit kind of like right there, and I'll drill it into the 2x6, and that's what I did on my displays that goes inside the stores. It looks good because I'll stain it, and it's like a contrast
so
to the rest.
Put it on the outside of the plywood?
Yeah, it'll be right here, and it will be rounded. The ends of it will be rounded.
Okay.
And it'll look good.
So we need to make these to that height?
Yeah, that's fine. Totally fine. That's what I did with the other ones. Traced out.
If you want to just hold down on that end, make sure those are flush on the end.
I'm going to sand the edges here. Oscillating sander. Smooth it out. Looking for 22?
Yeah.
I mean, you could.
I can't get but one.
You can probably get three too.
I don't think I can.
Yeah, we're cutting inserts like this on the boards for when we, here's the old one, and you can see where I put some little chunks of plywood there to hold it in place. We're going to do this instead with the 2x6s. It's going to look great. Get back to sanding here. Time to cut the inserts. This is enough to build two 4-bay stands, and that's going to be a lot of inventory. I'll also take this guy to the show with me. I have another one, and I also have another 15 count if I decide to take it. And I definitely now have enough displays for craft shows. I am very excited to get to use these in a couple of weeks. I have a craft show coming up, actually not this weekend coming up, but the next one after that, so 2 weekends from now. It's a huge show. Last year there was about 12,000 people showed up, so it's a huge show. All right, dirty lens. I'm not sure. There was sawdust all over it. But I'm gonna go load the stuff up in the truck so I can go home and I'll assemble it in a few days. Hey guys, so I'm back in my shop now, and you can actually see behind me the stand is starting to take form. Now I have 2 of them to make, and I did that a couple of days ago. Let's go check it out. it's looking great. And you can see the slots in here and the slots right here. You can see where they all line up, and the piece of plywood I have for the insert is going to slide right in, slide right in, and slide right in. And I'm going to have 4 compartments, and you're going to see it in a second. I really got to get to work putting these together because I have a show in 2 days. A pretty big show too. It's supposed to rain on one of those days, but it's still going to be a very big and busy show on that Saturday. So tonight is Thursday night. I'm going to work on the stands, and then I have a couple other things to do with some walking sticks I have hanging up here. Those are all completely ready to go. I just had to put the rubber stoppers on the bottom and the lanyards, and I have to tag them as well. But it's always something that I have to do before any show. It's like I always have last minute things to do. But on top of those you just saw, I'm going to be taking these sticks as well. So by the end of it, I should have about 110 sticks I'm taking. That should be well enough. And I'm going to be taking 2 of these stands. So 1, 2, 3, 4 compartments per stand. That's the rest of the stand right there. And then after the show, I'm going to have a little break, and I'll be able to completely, my dog's running off, completely redesign and clean up my shop finally. But anyway, let me get back to it. And you might can see them, lack of light, you can see the two holes there, 2 holes there, and I did the same down here, 2 there, 2 there. Alright, so there are a few special measurements that I really need to, take heed of. And one of those is the measurement from this 2x6 to the top of the plywood. That is 3 1/8. Making sure that's right there too, because I'll have to adjust that if that was the case. And pretty much whenever I put this 2x6 down here, I want it, to match that one, because I don't want it to look goofy and lopsided when they're sitting beside each other at the craft show. So let's go ahead and get that measured up, get that lined up, and get this drilled into the top. Now the bottom 2, you probably didn't even see me measure those at all. That doesn't really matter. I mean, because you can see it's in the back, and that one down there at the bottom, you can barely see it. It's in the back. No one's going to care to see that. But this guy and this guy are the 2 main ones that really matter. And you got to make sure that they match up each other, that they're nice and level, and you don't want something crooked at the craft show that'll look goofy. Who knows? It might work for you. I don't know. But anyway, let me go ahead and get this measured up, lined up, and on there together, because I hope to have it just complete. Well, this one ain't complete, but I hope to have it almost to this point tonight. All right, I gotta get a dang pencil. That's where I'm gonna put that boy. And then I'm gonna make it flush with the back too as well. So it can be, the back will just be smooth. That way it can ride in the back of the truck as good as it can. Okay. All right. You can see half the job is done to looking like that, guy. So I need to get that piece of plywood, slap it on the back, make sure the measurement lines up at the top, and then I'll put the front 2 on. And I might even put like a cool slogan across the front. I might do my logo like I did the rest of them before. I don't know. But one way to find out is to use it, to see how people like it, to see how well it flows within the booth. We'll see. But these are just going to look awesome and cool. So let me go ahead and get these in. And let me show you just like a little trick I learned while putting these together. You can see how I have the screws in like a little bit, and you can see the tips poking out just ever so slightly. That's going to help me lock it in and hold it here like an extra set of hands, pretty much. That you can see I did it there, I did it there, and for whenever I throw it the 2x6, I can just push it in and lock it into where I want it before I drill it in, versus trying to hold it with one hand and hold it with another and try to drill in with another. This is like a third hand I got. So that's a nice little trick I've learned. Throwing these together, that just helps me. All right. Looks like somebody's ready to go inside or something. Come on, Pepper. She's 12 years old. She's an old girl. She's been my guard dog for years. And by guard dog, I mean she'll sit right there, or she'll sit right there in the grass and just watch everybody walk by. And now what I'm going to do, and sorry for the shadow, but I got my headlamp on. It's dark out here. I'm going to take these slats, and I'm going to stick them in there. And I'm going to lock them in pretty much, and I'm going to line them up at the bottom, because that's where I'm going to put a nice piece of plywood underneath, pretty much where you see that concrete there. And that's what's going to hold the sticks from, falling to the ground. Common sense there. Alright. And some of them are going to be pretty tight because, this plywood is twisted. Like that one went there nice and smooth. And some of them are going to be real tight. Like I got to squeeze it in, knock it in some areas like that one. That's in now. And you can see the slats in there. And I'll just line them up at the bottom. Boop. With my helper right here. He's ready to go inside for some reason. It feels great out here. And then I'll do that. And then once I get those locked in, I'll be able to put, sorry for the shadow again, I can put that 2x6 across and lock it in. And that way I'll know how deep to go on this plywood. Yeah, sure, a little pre-plan in there, but I didn't think about that whenever I put these holes in on the front or back. But I prefer the flat back look, like where the 2x6s are completely on the back. And the front, they can inset just a little bit, kind of like this. That's cool. I mean, that looks fine to me. Fine, entirely. Adds a little bit of depth to it. I don't know, does that sound smart? Alright, put that one across there. And the best looking one is going to be the one right up front for everybody to see. Look at that, that slid right in there. Dude, that was perfect. Oh, look. Dang, that looks good. Woo! That looks okay. Oh my goodness, this is going to tie together so well. Wow. Oh, I got to scoot up. And this is what they will look like. And sure, yes, I'm taking these other wooden stands you see here too. Pretty much that design for those, I wanted like two of these together, pretty much like you see it now. Bam, just smashed together, and boom, I got it. But that's pretty much what I'm taking now, with the exception, which I'll add on tomorrow morning, the plywood at the bottom. And I think that will be it. I may or may not add it, but there's some footings I want to put on the side of it. Not even footings, but like a stabilizer, really, so it doesn't rock forward or back. Because, I mean, they're pretty stable as it is right now. Okay, maybe not. But I'm going to put some on the side, and it's going to be like a stained or a painted 2x4, and it's just going to be run along the side, just like that. Thank you, Pepper. She's wrapped around these right now, and she's telling me, like, hey, bro, I want to go in. But 2x4 like that way, on that side, and pretty much all sides to help stabilize it from going forward and back. And it'll add like a cool aesthetic with all these being a light color, and that'll be nice and dark on the ground. And it's going to be treated, because I got that 2x4 over there in my stash. It's treated because that's going to be the piece that's on the ground. So yes, and that shouldn't take too long to put on tomorrow morning. But I'll do that along with the plywood. And then tomorrow morning, I also need to do the tagging and add the rubber tips on the bottom as well. I got 40 of them in the mail just yesterday. So hopefully that'll be enough. Maybe it won't be, because I got 20 to 21 hanging up, and I got 15 in my stash over there, maybe more than that. And I got a few others in my normal inventory that I stole some tips from. But that's it, guys, for tonight. I hope you like these stands. They're going to be at the show you're going to see on the video just after this, and I hope you guys truly enjoy it. Maybe you got some ideas to share with me. Maybe you gained some ideas from this. I don't know, but let me know. And you guys get out there, have fun, and keep sticking to it. Peace out. Check this out. Here's my rubber stoppers from Treeline USA. There's 5 7/8. Let's see, I got 5 1-inches there. I mostly use 1 inch, but there's 31 inches and 10 7/8. Thank you, Treeline USA. You guys rock. Look at this. Bam, perfect bottom. And I do have it just not right to the edge because I don't want people just looking at, you know, the edge of the plywood. I want them looking at this. So it's gonna be hidden up underneath just a little bit. And that's enough to just screw it to the bottom. Man, it's almost pretty much flush too. I ain't 100% a carpenter, but I can make a board straight. Here's the best way to start the day. I spilled my coffee in my seat. I have my new stand off to the side. Here we are on the radar here, and you can see the rain's just skirting just a little bit north to us.